lots of heat, lots of force in order to push it upwards. Okay, and it's that heat and that force that just destroyed this launch pad. So, because interestingly enough, it said, what do you know that word there? What's that word there at the bottom?
Survive.
Let me just clear the whiteboard and do that again. Survive, absolutely. What does survive mean?
So it means that something or a person still with life, still living, is not dead.
Yeah, absolutely. We normally, yeah, absolutely. Perfect. That was really good. So we normally use the word survive in terms of life. So when someone survives, it means they didn't die. It's the opposite of dying. Well, you can also use it for things that aren't alive. So if you've got a plate at home that you eat your dinner off
So the
and you drop it,
launch
it
pad
will
is still
probably
working.
smash. Okay.
Still working.
No, that's it. The launch pad isn't still working in this case because he said we wrongly thought that the launch pad would survive. So they thought it would stay working, that it wouldn't be damaged. It would be, they would still be able to use it. But they said wrongly thought. So what that means is that actually it didn't survive. The launch pad was damaged so badly, couldn't use it again. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So in this picture, we've got the rocket going up. Sorry, excuse my badly drawn arrow, but we've got the rocket going upwards. Do you know the word we use for there is actually a word for when a rocket starts to go upwards? Do you know what it's called?
No.
Any idea?
No.
No, it's called liftoff. So I've just put it in there. We call it liftoff. So when a rocket starts to take off, we call it liftoff. So lift is to lift something. That's to lift. And off means off the ground. And it's just a merge of two words, lift and off. Okay. Okay. That was very good. Your reading is very good. One thing I was going to highlight is just wrongly thought. So this word is the past tense of to think. So the current tense, I think, but past tense, I thought. It's a very strange word. It's this word here. You've probably heard it. Yeah, absolutely. You've probably heard the word thought. You probably know the word thought. But did you know it was written like that? Because it's the writing is strange on it.
Yes, I thought it was throw. Body.
Yeah. So well, that's the thing. It's very simple. So thorough is that. And there's actually, so you've got thorough. And if you take a letter away, you've got through. So you take one of the first O away, you've got through. And then if you take another letter away, you've got thought. So you've actually got three words that just change one letter each time. And they're all very different. Thorough means, detailed. Through means to go between something. And thought is a past tense of to think. So three very different words, all just a letter apart and very different pronunciation. So very interesting there. Okay, I thought you did very well reading that out. So let's have a look at the next slide. Okay, so this is a continuation, of course. So can you read this out for me?
He suggests, and well, I don't know how to pronounce, that the steel plate could be ready for a new.
Okay.
Suggested. Suggested.
Yeah. Sorry, no, go ahead. No, it's the word is suggested, but we'll look at that in a minute. So
Okay. He suggested that the steel plate could be ready for a new launch attempt in 1 to 2 months, but it is currently not clear when the next Starship test will be approved. The Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) has said it will have to carry out an
really,
investigation of the launch site damage before it can approve a new test. Pictures published on social media have shown large pieces on concrete being pushed deeply into the ground. Video of the launch slope prices of debris being thrown up to 420 meters away. The launch also reportedly created several large creatures around the area. How, my brother?
okay, well done. You did very well. I noticed there's some distractions behind you, so you did very well with distractions. I'm impressed. Okay, so let's go back to this word. So suggested. The word suggested is the past tense of the verb to suggest. Now, to suggest is to like recommended or imply. So, for example, you might say, I want to go on holiday, but I don't know where to go. I want to go to Europe on holiday. I don't know where to go. So I might suggest, which is like recommend, give you some information and say, I might say, well, Spain's great, France is great, but I suggest you go to Germany. So I'm giving you information, but I'm recommending one thing, and that's a suggestion. Okay. In this place, it's not a recommendation, but it's an indication. He suggested the steel plate could be ready for a new launch attempt. So it's not definite, but that's the thought. Okay. So very well
All
done on
right.
this. Very well done with this. I was very impressed with this. So, do you know what the Federal Aviation Administration is? It is the FAA.
No, I don't know.
Any idea?
But I thought,
No. That's understandable. Yeah.
but I think it administrates flights or maybe rockets that take off or lift off, lift off. So
Yeah.
I think,
Along the right lines. So yeah, it's anything flying. So you're along the right lines. Administration, often in America, when they talk about an administration, they talk about a government department or some sort of government related thing. So what this is these are the people who give licenses to allow people to fly. I can't just get in a plane and fly a plane. You know, even if I was
oh,
really clever, I could build a plane, but it would be illegal for me to take that plane to the sky, even if I could build one. I would have to get permission from the department that controls who is allowed to go into the sky, because it's very dangerous. If just anyone can fly, you could have people falling out the sky all over the place. So they have to be careful, and and this is the department in America who deals with flying. Aviation, this word aviation just means it's the flying, basically. It's not the same as to fly, but aviation is the process of humans flying. Okay. So
okay.
for example, early pilots were known as aviators, the first people to take to the sky. Okay.
Wow.
So that's an
Yes.
interesting one. Federal Aviation Administration. Okay. No, there's some really
Okay.
good words here. This is one that you struggled with in terms of pronunciation, which is, I'm astonished that that's all the your pronunciation is brilliant. But how do you say this word here?
Pieces.
Pieces. So you know it, pieces. Pieces are where instead of something that's whole, when they come apart, you have pieces, more than one part. Okay, so pieces, very good. What about this one? This one is different because it comes from French. So it has a slightly French pronunciation. But do you know what it is and
The
how
bridge.
you say it?
The bridge.
Debris, that's it. The S, no S, the S is silent. So it's pronounced like that, like the S doesn't exist. So it's debris. Okay. So
Debris.
pieces of debris being thrown up. And it's because, yeah, well, yeah, that's it. The American pronunciation there. I say debris, but Americans say debris. So, and you did it very American what like, which is excellent. Okay, what is debris? Do you know what debris is?
Shambles. Like yes, shambles. I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's little bits. Yeah, well, it's little pieces. It's so if something breaks into little pieces, a lot of that is like rubbish. So debris is the bits of a piece that are after something is broken or destroyed. Okay, that's really good. I'm very impressed. Okay, I think we've got a little bit more, and I think we can quickly get through the next section. So you've done so well with your reading today. So have we read this? No, we haven't. So this is the next section. So if you want to read this out to me, please.
Rockets tested. The test involved
Yep.
SpaceX Super Heavy rocket, which carries the Starship's capsule on top. The capsule is designed to carry astronauts and supplies to the moon and possible to Mars. The Super Heavy rock is powered by 33 engines and is by far more powerful than any rocket built by the American Space Agency NASA. Uh, the two parts rocket ship
Very good.
successfully launched from the SpaceX Launch Center called Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas, but it exploded minutes later and crashed into the sea.
Excellent. Well done. Again, very well read. Pronunciation really good. You said here two parts, but and I can understand that. Parts, it means more than one. But when it's
Yeah,
hyphenated and we're talking about, you know, it being a descriptive, we only we singular. It's singular, so it's a two-part rocket because it's a descriptive.
two
We
part
might say, oh,
rocket.
this is a 10-part TV show. That's it. Very good. And this one
And
here at the bottom is the verb to explode, which is that's the verb to explode. Okay. And this is the past tense. So it's explode dead. If we've got the D at the end, it's exploded.
explode, exploded.
Yep, that's it. So to explode and very good. Okay, so did you understand all of that? Did you understand everything you've
Um,
read so far?
mm, what do you mean by crash?
Sorry, which one? Crash. So crash is
Yes.
where something hits
Oh,
something else. Um, Diego,
So
we're running
he,
out of time. Your pronunciation is excellent. Your reading is brilliant. It was lovely to meet you. I hope